Got bored. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch the. I'm gonna watch that video that Bruhmaster made because I'm actually like dying to watch it right now because everyone's been talking about it and I don't even know what it's about. Yep, react Andy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What the hell is going on? Oh my god, it autoplays. I didn't even realize. That scared me, actually. I've given nothing. I've absolutely nothing to this person. This person, all his info has been gotten, like, without asking me anything. So let's see how accurate it is. Oh yeah, react Andy.
All to himself. Since somehow,
wait, hold on, I missed like the beginning.
Ryuk is an insane player, and one who almost has an entire category of play all to himself. Since somehow, he's great at both aim and speed, to a degree which no other player can replicate. Not only is he incredible at nearly every category of play the game has to offer, but he's done it all out of the ashes of a ruined career. How did he kill his career?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, I can already tell this is going to be really embarrassing. It's definitely going to talk about my past, man. Oh shit, man.
One of the best.
I wonder how much he got from it.
This is the story of Ryuk. Let's begin all the way back in
Hey, that's my YouTube video.
When Ryuk was setting 200 PP plays on mostly aim focus.
Yo, Bearsex 2020. Thanks for the gift sub to Tom Cook. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
With nothing too out of the ordinary. Until sometime later that year, when he seemed to get his first restriction. I say first because he would proceed to get 5 more. 2 on the main servers, and then 3 on other private servers.
That's true.
At first, I thought these were false restrictions, either for not cheating at all, or because of some suspicion going around him. But it looks like they were actually correct. Because although he denied at the time, he later ended up admitting he was cheating.
Come on, get this off my screen. I don't want to see that.
Different person. Because although now he's generally considered a pretty laid-back guy, at the time he was pretty edgy and his ego was absolutely massive, despite his hacking. This was
Can I stop watching? I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch this anymore. Fuck. No, he got me in 4. Yeah, it's like that fucking meme. Bro, they got you in 4K. I can't believe it. Yes, that was true. I was very edgy and I was very egoistical. I was going through a very unfortunate phase. That's true.
He got restricted so many times, since he would go into other private servers and hack, hoping for the same brief attention that he'd gotten the first time. Luckily though, this wouldn't last. And after about 4 months of being banned pretty much everywhere, he had a change of heart, and he would begin playing exclusively legitimately. And through this, he improved immensely.
That's true.
Becoming hailed as
That's true. That's true. My realization was... Okay, let me explain to you my thought process before. Okay, so, like, I thought that a lot of my idols got banned, and so I seriously thought to get to the top, you had to cheat and just, like, hide it really well. That's literally what I thought it was. And so, so I did that. And then, after getting banned so many times, I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I'm just stupid. I'm just really stupid, and and everyone's just legit, and I'm just overthinking it. And I should just start playing legit and see what happens. And so that's what happened. That's literally what happened. I just realized that I was a retard. That's literally it.
Was one of the fastest improving players to ever touch the game, but a few that were still trusting in him. But for a long while after this change of heart, he had still yet to be unbanned, and so very few people knew of him or his improvement, which created an almost perfect storm of a player doing his best to change and working hard to improve and succeeding immensely. So now, after being suspected of hacking, he was going to come back and he was going to be very good, and then he was going to improve very quickly after.
Say hola.
And so his unrestriction in March of 2017, although seeming like a blessing at first, would end up being undisputably a curse. Since he would immediately come back and set some scores that were not only much better than what he could do before.
I know, XUC chat, let's go.
Make him top 100 material.
I don't know.
Which certainly wouldn't go unnoticed, and neither would his past, since it would come to haunt him incessantly, with accusations being thrown around left and right.
It's true.
You'd hope that his change in attitude would shield him from anything too bad happening, but it didn't. And during this witch hunt, he would end up lashing out at some of his accusers.
I can neither confirm or deny that I did this.
Pretty extreme ways, which made him start to come off as the bad guy again. And he seemed to continue to flail throughout 2017, making enemies of pretty much the entire Canadian community. Like Azer, who for a short while thought he was cheating. This all seemed to take a pretty big toll on him, but he continued to play a lot. He also continued to improve.
I just realized this is my play. I didn't even realize that. I was just thinking about what he was saying, but I just realized that he's looking at my play.
And he took countermeasures, like streaming and playing at others' houses.
Ah, okay, listen, that was my past. I hate it. It's so horrible. Oh, I was so stupid back then. Oh my god.
But the problem was the severity of the accusations. Because even after this, people said that he wasn't cheating on stream or on LAN, but that he still was.
Yep, I was hella Pepega.
Because he was much more consistent off-stream than on-stream, which did warrant at least a bit of suspicion. But from what he's talked about after, it seems that the reaction on places like the Canadian Discord was way over the top.
Hey, it's me.
And him snapping and lashing out definitely didn't help his case. The thing was that he still wasn't anywhere near the bad apple that had hacked for attention before, and he even ended up making a very well-mannered live play that was received well. It shows someone much closer to who we usually think of Ryuk as today. And luckily, after all of this, he had a point of reflection in his apology letter in July.
Hey! Oh! I don't want to look at that.
Clearing up much of the drama and the accusations surrounding him. Which means we can finally get more into who Ryuk was as a player this time.
Okay, that's just passive.
Because it's actually rather surprising if you've only seen his recent scores.
Oh, that's why people on Reddit were talking about it. I see. He used my Night of Nights play. The other day I just randomly scrolled to it, and I was watching Azer, and I randomly scrolled to it, and I was like, yo, I want to fix this, and so I fixed it. And then everyone was like, what?
Since he was a hidden
You definitely watched
who
it.
generally played longer
So,
maps
that's where it's from.
focused, but they
That's
would
cool.
often contain difficult flow and jump aim, which few other players could replicate. He demonstrated this
I'm cringing
mastery
really
with
hard.
two main forms of aim, when he 2-missed the top diff of Night of Nights with Hidden Hard Rock, and then choked remote control for 704 PP, which...
Fun fact, I choked remote control the day before my socials exam. Yay, let's go. I did it during, I specifically remember it. I was doing summer school, and I was taking socials 11 over summer. And like the day before the exam, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play Osu. And so I played. I did okay at the exam. That's all I'm gonna say.
This was crazy in its own right, but it also showed the insane improvement.
But I will forever remember that remote control play.
Since when he was unbanned only 6 months earlier, he was getting 500 PP plays on good days. He had improved greatly at both speed and aim, mostly through playing a huge amount. And he really wasn't showing any signs of slowing down.
I did play a lot.
But although it's usually a good sign that a player is constantly playing the game, it almost certainly wasn't for Ryuk. Since it seems that even after losing most of his accusers, it was what would continue to torment him. With the game basically...
What did he just say?
Since it seems that even after losing most of his accusers, it was what would continue to torment him. With the game basically consuming his life, and becoming...
Hey, listen, it wasn't like that.
...than anything else.
Oh my god.
But he seemed basically unable to quit, and so he continued to play, almost the exact same amount. But despite this, he began to slow down and set less insane scores. And it was clear that his mentality had been hurt pretty badly, with the game almost becoming a chore for him. He would express multiple times over the next half a year just how badly he wanted to escape.
Hey, I thought I deleted this!
But every time...
Hey, leave! Hey! Yo, chill! Chill, where did that come from? What the hell? Okay, listen. I was going through a tough time in my life, okay? And there's a lot of personal issues, okay? There's actually a lot of personal issues, okay? It wasn't just Osu. I just ranted over Osu because of it. I had a lot of issues, okay? I'm okay now, but...
a matter of days,
come on.
with his play count not dropping below 3,000 at any point.
Oh my god.
Over time, this intense hatred of the game would morph much more into just a desire to leave.
It's not,
and after a couple more attempts to quit, by mid-2018, his desire to leave the game seemed to have completely gone away. 2018 also marked...
They caught me in 4K!
Every year, he would move further away from practicing hidden hard rock and aim, and much more towards practicing speed, and using that aim that he'd already acquired to do those maps. aim which had already gotten him some very impressive plays, like an anime ban SS.
Yo! Stonehenge! Stonehenge score!
Began, a remote control FC with very good accuracy. He was already a great player, but with the exception of anime ban, most of his scores were still fairly run-of-the-mill. And even his anime ban score,
dude, I'm shaking so much
on the
in
map
there.
by 1/100. His foray into speed would be what he wanted to use to change this. He would later say that his main goal at this time was getting scores which no one else could.
Holy fuck, I'm shaking so much.
It began to pay off when he set a pretty monumental score in the form of an everything will freeze 99.35%
Damn.
in late 2018.
Look at me. Look at that guy. That guy. Look at that idiot. Look at this idiot.
This was not expected, to say the least. Most people knew that he was relatively fast, but having not
Look at the difference.
the map, but
Look at this
the level
difference.
of control needed to 99% something, which even Kikizi and Rafis couldn't do, was nearly unprecedented.
How is this the same person? How is this the same person? I don't even understand.
This illuminated to a lot of people just how good he'd gotten, since beating most of the best rounded players in the world on one of the most famous maps in the game was not something which came easily. And then, only a few weeks after this, he would get an
Oh my god, I forgot Dunwall was in the call, and he ruined my SS.
Blade Dance, which would actually be a
Oh
pretty
my
solid
God.
score since he would miss 800 by less than 1 PP. These scores would propel him into the top 10, and they represented just how well-rounded of a player he was. He didn't have the highest speed in the game or the best aim, but his combination
Yeah, BC man, Toronto man.
of being at an extremely high level for both was quite unique. And it seemed that with a more exclusive focus on speed, he was hoping to evolve his playstyle into predominantly speed, the aim aspect that so many of the best speed players lacked. And so that's just what he did. But this goal would make him end up playing the game more, and he would start having struggles with balancing the game and everything else again. And during this time, he even blacked out his Twitter once or twice. This
They caught me again!
on his play count. Not a super significant one, but
They
one
caught
of
me again!
which would usually constitute a slowdown in improvement. But it seemed to improve his mentality enough that it didn't really matter, since he would continue to set 7 and almost 800 PP scores, fairly consistently. And after nearly 6 months of speed training, he had one of the craziest days he, or the game, had ever seen.
I'm glad this
When
is
he
over
FC'd the
now.
short Tsukinami.
Yo! Oh, you guys can't see. Hold on. Let me move my camera again. Hold on. How do I move this? Can I move this? Oh, yo. Okay, I'm gonna move it over here because most of my cameras are gonna be over there. So, yo, look at that guy!
And colorful, which were all insane scores.
Look at that guy!
But they would pale in comparison to his Atsuki Zukio FC, which beat Kikizi's accuracy for an 862 PP play. This score was nuts, and it was one that was once again extremely unexpected. With 98%
This is actually so
it was a
unexpected, man.
monumental
I
score,
didn't expect me to
and
do this.
technically his first 800. Although by this time, Blade Dance had also been buffed to 800. And although I sort of wrote it off earlier, his colorful score showed a huge amount of progression from him, since in an interview from almost a year earlier, he'd outlined it as the play that he wanted the most. And finally, after months of going through a lot, and seeming to struggle as a player because of it, a mentality switch and a huge amount of dedication had helped him overcome it. And with this insane day, he reached number 5, which was the highest he or any other Canadian had ever gotten. And he seemed to be happy with this rank.
Yes!
Since after this was that
What was that? What was that?
would make
Well, that was even from the Katsuki
the
Zukio.
entire game, and one of the most dominant on top of that. In
Yes!
mid-2019, Ryuk was an exceptional player, but he was still predominantly an aim one, since by this time his speed had gotten to a level where he could set 700 with it alone.
What is this map?
But
Oh,
his
it's
highest
in the
PP
night.
plays still came from aim-focused maps. This, in itself, isn't a bad thing, since he was still very well-rounded. But when he decided to continue his speed practice, he made a decision which would pay off greatly in the next few months. Starting with what you can only sort of call a speed play.
I know.
When he
That's
FC'd
pretty
the
cool.
hard Hidamari no Uda.
What?
But
What? What? I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like. What?
But, luckily, this wouldn't be where he'd stop.
Wait, hold on. Wait, that's not a speed play, man. What? Why? Why is it Hidamari? What? I can't believe it.
He would then FC this foreground eclipse map, which is pretty fast, but is much more a test of speed.
What?
Which he'd been one of the best in the world at ever since ever.
Okay, oh my god, that's so sad, man. I had a lot more other plays I got in 2019, like Monochrome. Monochrome was so fucking good. Oh my god, I also did a lot of like low PP scores, but that didn't really care. I can't believe he used Hidamari and in a night. I can't believe it.
But this play was his third 800, and his first mainly speed-based 800,
Oh no.
which would show some pretty good
Sure.
progression.
Okay, first speed base
But
800.
soon
Sure,
after,
I'll take it.
he would set a
Yeah.
score, which would much better show just how insane the progression he'd made was.
I know, shouldn't have played
When he FC'd
Hidamari.
Dreamwalker with DT.
Alright, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, you're here, what's up?
This was a score. The map had a lot of
This was a
things which really
score.
did not lend themselves to DT in the slightest. Like its space bursts, which were the main thing that gave the map its difficulty, and were
This
also
was
the
a
main
score.
reason that no one else had gotten an FC, and only a few had even gotten close to it. With this play, Ryuk was flexing his exceptional speed
Oh, I
and
was
his
flexing.
control over it.
Oh,
and
damn.
A few weeks later, he got a Story of the Legendary Sword FC, which is 285 BPM.
Okay, this
and
one should have been like the highlight. This score should have been a really big highlight. Same with what's that other called? Fuck, I forgot what that map was called. My favorite map. I forgot what my favorite map was called. It was like 278 BPM. I forgot what it's called. Yo, what's up, Pete? Not Hidamari. You should have used Caliburn and fuck. What is that map? I can't. I have to look. 1 second. What is that map called? Not get this right. It's not Kimi no Kyoko. That's 2020. Fuck. I have to look in here. Dude, there's no way I can find it. Oh, I know how to get it. Okay, let's go back to this. Hold on, 1 second. I know how to find it.
And was so
The Morgan map. Yeah, it's 278 BPM. Morgan map. I can find it. I can easily find it. I just go here. You should have used Bird Sprite. That's what it was. Bird Sprite. I have seen Bird Sprite and Caliburn at the same time. Those were two really good plays. Those are the two scores you should have used. But, you know, Dreamwalker was good.
so fast
my
that
favorite
even
map.
Larson struggled to get about 96% on the map, showed that he was reaching the upper echelon of speed. And this, combined with basically top 5 aim, made him a pretty scary player. These plays were awesome, and in my opinion, they were some of the most impressive that he had at the time.
It's Opera GX.
He'd yet to
Opera
translate this
echelon.
new speed and control into PP. But it would soon become clear that these plays were more just a lead up to a pretty stupid top play that you'd get only a few weeks later, when he one missed, get this right.
Few weeks? What is this timeline? What? What, has it been that long? Was it end of It was. Damn. Hair's so cute. It's a bowl cut. Oh my god. I look horrible. No. Oh, bowl cut, man. Yes! Yes! Let's fucking go, boys! Holy shit! I did it! I don't even care that I missed it.
Yeah, this is a stupid score. It was the best act on the map by a lot, and it was also the 5th pack.
I need to clean up my hair. I need to go to a haircut salon. I'm gonna go grab a new haircut again. We'll see what I want.
Because this map requires an insanely specific skill set, which really only Ryuk would.
Dude, these PJs, I've been wearing the same PJs since like 2010. I'm being serious. It's like some ridiculous, like, I've been wearing the same damn PJs. I have 7 sets of like the same like multicolored PJs, and I've just been wearing them for this long. There's just no reason for me to change them. Dude, I'm literally, you could go back to like the very first like Twitch streams and I'm wearing the exact same PJs.
It was equipped for, with uncomfortable bursts, which also require a fair bit of finger control, and speed and aim requirements, which add on to these things and only make them more difficult. To the point where the map didn't even have all hidden hard rock.
I'm not growing my hair out, it's so long already.
This made it a pretty nuts top play, and one that was completely unique to an almost absurd level. He'd gotten to the point where he could do what he'd envisioned at the bottom of the mountain. He could set unique scores consistently, and he had a skill set all to himself. But although this might seem like this
is gonna be your new Stonehenge? What? Get this right? Get this right as my new Stonehenge?
Summit, he would end up going so much further beyond in the next few months that these scores would seem like pretty much nothing.
I think Get This Right is still one of my best plays. Like, I can't beat Get This Right. It's so hard. Like, that was such a lucky day. I had so much stamina that day. Oh my god, it was insane.
Because Ryuk's dedication would continue to push him further and further beyond what had ever been done before. Starting with a Fallen Angel DTFC, worth nearly 900 PP. This score wasn't quite as unique as the previous two, because 2 people had already FC'd, but he was still able to get the best accuracy on the map by a fair bit. And then, after this, he would take a bit of a break,
I'll show after the video.
which wouldn't be super monumental for most players. But after seeing how much he struggled with balance before, him being able to take a break, and a break during his peak skill at the time, showed how the game had gone from an addiction to more of a fun pastime. And to say his mentality had improved would be an understatement. Which would finally lead to a week like no other, when Ryuk would basically win the game. Let's just go through a few scores he got in the time period between June 25th and July 2nd, because Ryuk got a story.
Who is messaging me so much? 1 second. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
DT1 miss. An end time FC.
Hey, this end time FC is nuts, man. Actually. Sorry, that's my Discord. This end time is actually like crazy.
Hank's back FC.
Hank's back! Oh, my favorite map.
And I know Scenario FC. A BS Power FC. Like, look at this.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me that week. I don't know what happened to me. I can't tell you what happened. I still can't believe I have BS Power. Like, actually, holy shit. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
A Pretender FC with nuts accuracy.
This is also really insane. This was long due though. I feel like I should have got this earlier. But I'm glad I got it where I got it.
And then, to top it all off, one of the greatest scores of all time, in the form of a goodbye.
Oh, let's go, my favorite map. I know! That is really overdue.
This was unreal. To see so many maps that were essentially deemed impossible until that day be destroyed was something else. And all of it from an insane mentality and an unmatched drive to improve that made him able to get so many scores that were not only unreal, but even paid off in PP. And speaking of that, Ryuk is also going to be number 4 after the rebound, passing Vaxei. And this wasn't even where it ended, because a month later, he would get one of the most deserved 900s ever with this.
I did see the goodbye video. Dude, I lose a rank and rebalance now. Oh my god, can't believe it. What a disaster.
The PP counter peaked at 1050, and he hit the entire diff spike of the map, meaning that he choked 1100 PP, which just goes to show the insane potential of a player who's mastered both aim and speed. To where now, the best description of Ryuk that I can give is a slightly nerfed MeramiCat, and with how much he's improved, the description of Ryuk that I can give is a slightly nerfed MeramiCat, and with
So that's where it's come from. That's funny.
How much he's improved and how there's basically no sign of him stopping it. I wouldn't be all too surprised if in a year or two he actually took that title
Slightly nerfed.
perfectly. Okay, this is me a few days after I wrote this script, because Ryuk set 1000 PP today.
Oh, I see.
And got all the way to the number 3 spot, proving even further that he's one of the greatest players the game has ever seen.
MeramiCat soon.
Ryuk
This fucking collusion wrong.
player who hasn't gotten where he is for free. The amount of torment and tribulation he had to go through just to get to where he is now was crushing. And yet, through it all, somehow he managed to come out the other side as someone who really embodies what an incredible player is. Not a jack of all traits, but a master of them. And through this, he also has what is probably the highest skill ceiling out of any player in the entire game. And seeing someone with such a fascinating playstyle rise above them all to become one of the most exciting people playing the game right now has and will continue to be a spectacle to watch. And I think that's really cool.
Thank you for the sub, Muhib05. Thanks for Twitch Prime. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's really good actually for without asking me anything or any of my background, and you just went off of everything that you saw and found. That's really good. That's actually really, really good. It's pretty accurate. Yeah. It's very accurate. Accuracy is pretty good there. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a good 80%.